So I'm Pete, and have, after a long time, got my act together and decided to collect some of my poems together and produce this little book, this small collection of my writing. It's something that I've dreamt about doing for years, but as sort of the last 6 months, I suppose, there's been a crystallization of the idea. Over the last few years, got much more disciplined with my writing, and started to write regularly and enjoy that, and not just like a reactive binge writer, but write with intentionality and purpose. So all the content was there, and I was like, you know what? I should put it into a book, even if it's just for me. I want a little book of my poems to be able to say, I've got a book. Even if it's just for that, to say, I got a book and I'm super proud of it. You know, a dream of it is that people who are disconnected from the word poetry might pick up the book and find something relatable in there. You know, poetry is broad, isn't it? And you know, a lot of times it's abstract. I would say my poems are quite direct. Generally, I like writing quite directly about sort of, you know, as I say, deeper themes, but I like just talking about them as they are, in a way that, I don't know, maybe poke people, provoke them, or have them thinking in a nostalgic way. So I'd love people to read it who perhaps maybe wouldn't normally read poetry. I'd love those people to read it.
What poem would you read to people who aren't into poetry? From your book, which one would you read to them?
Oh, there's so many to choose from. Maybe I'd just read the title piece. The title poem. You Can't Buy Peace. I enjoy myself. Obviously, I wrote it, but I enjoy it as a title, and I really enjoyed writing the poem. It's like somewhat social observation, but you know, I like people watching. I like observing the way that people move about the world, and I think a lot of people are looking to find peace. You can't buy peace, but we'll spend a lot for our piece of the pie, looking for a fill, then wondering if hunger lied, because we eat until we're full and find we're still not satisfied. But people are hungry because they want something to love, and people are angry because they can't get enough. See, she wasn't sure on the doorstep of the betting shop a bit before 9, but I smiled and saw her respond with one too. Our eyes passed by, careful not to meet for too long, because we both knew that smile was a knowing one. It wouldn't be enough even if you won. And I wanted to say I see you and I don't judge you. I've been there too, without patronizing or remaining distant whilst offering something she already knew. But I wanted to smile enough so she caught the gentle plea in my eyes, not to follow shame at the start of this day with its alluring sighs of defeat and dismissal, signal in the end blowing through the trees like a whistle. But that game never ends. I wanted my smile to say, there's actually another place where it doesn't always end that way. Every hopeless spin, deal, or horse that doesn't win another God-forsaken race. I could see hope in her face, and more in her smile than despair. Perhaps I should have held her eyes for longer and said hello, because where else in the day are we encouraged to hold on, if not in something simple like being reminded you're human when your hope is gone? I said you can't buy peace, but we'll spend a lot for our piece of the pie, looking for a fill, then wondering if hunger lied, because we eat until we're full and find we're still not satisfied. But people are hungry because they want something to love, and people are angry because they can't get enough.